The candle slips from my hand and hits the glass table. The sound cracks through the silence like thunder. Dad jumps up, eyes wide, anger rising fast. What the hell, Anna? That table cost $800. Mom gasps, clutching her phone like it's fragile glass. No one says anything about my birthday. No one asks if I'm okay. I stare at the shards scattered across the floor. The wax stains spread like tiny bruises. I'm sorry, I whisper, though I'm not sure why. Dad's face reddens as he keeps shouting. You'll pay for that, you hear me. Money doesn't grow on trees. Of course it doesn't. Because I'm the tree. The one keeping everything standing. The one paying the bills, the mortgage, the truck, the groceries. The one who sends half her paycheck home every month. The one who never gets thanked. Mom folds her arms, tired and cold. Stop being dramatic, Anna. We've done everything for you. I almost laugh. Done everything. You mean spending my savings on your vacation? Buying a gaming console for my brother because he's stressed? Covering your debt with my bonus? My heart pounds, anger mixing with exhaustion. Dad glares, voice sharper now. Don't forget where you came from. How could I? I've been trapped here all along. The walls feel closer with every word. Something inside me finally snaps. I pick up my purse from the chair. My fingers find the cool edge of my house key. The metal feels heavier than ever before. I place it on the broken glass table. Dad frowns. What are you doing? I'm done. He laughs like it's a joke. Done? You can't just walk out. We need your help. Help? That word again. Help means paying their bills. Help means forgetting my dreams. Help means pretending this is love. Mom's voice trembles, but not with worry. If you walk out that door, don't expect to come back. I take a deep breath. The air feels cleaner already. I look at both of them, two strangers who share my face but not my heart. You stopped being my family when I became your bank. Dad shakes his head, muttering something about respect. Mom looks away, refusing to meet my eyes. I grab my bag and turn toward the door. My hands don't shake anymore. The floor creaks under my steps, loud and final. Outside, the night is cool and quiet. For a moment, I just stand there breathing. Behind me, the house glows with artificial light. Inside, my parents are probably already arguing. Outside, the sky is wide and dark and honest. I whisper to myself, barely loud enough to hear. This time, I'm not coming back. 3 days later, the envelope arrives in the mail. Plain white, no return address, nothing suspicious at first. I almost throw it away with the junk flyers. Then I see the bank logo, printed on the corner. My stomach tightens as I tear it open. Inside are 3 credit card statements, all with my name. Each one is maxed out, thousands of dollars in debt. Electronics stores. Luxury spas. Restaurants I've never been to. My hands start shaking. I flip through the pages, trying to make sense of it. Dates line up perfectly with their little emergencies. The console my brother wanted. The weekend spa trip Mom bragged about. The gas bills, the liquor receipts. Every line tells the same story. They used my name. They used my credit. They stole from me. The room spins. I sink to the floor, cold linoleum pressing against my skin. The numbers blur together, meaningless and cruel. $8,700. Debt that isn't mine. Debt that carries my name. A knock sounds at the door. It's Mia, my friend, holding a grocery bag and concern in her eyes. She sees the papers scattered across the floor. What is all this? She asks softly. I hand her one of the statements. Her jaw tightens as she reads. They opened accounts under your name. My throat burns when I nod. I thought I was helping them, but they took everything. Mia sits beside me, quiet for a long time. Finally, she says, this isn't help, Anna, this is fraud. The word hits like a slap. Fraud. It sounds too harsh, too official, too real. But deep down, I know it's true. I remember Dad joking about forging signatures when I was little. How proud he was that he could mimic anyone's handwriting. The memories twist inside me like knives. Mia gathers the papers and stacks them neatly. "We need to report this," she says. I shake my head. "They're my parents. They're criminals," she counters. Her tone is firm but kind. I close my eyes and breathe slowly. Every inhale feels heavy with guilt. Every exhale burns with anger. That night, I sit in the dark, staring at the glowing screen of my phone. Mom's photo pops up again and again. 17 missed calls. I don't answer. I can't. When the ringing stops, a message appears. "Stop being dramatic. We'll fix it as a family." My chest tightens until I can barely breathe. Fix it. That's what they always say before taking more. I put the phone face down and whisper to the quiet room. I'm done fixing what they break. For the first time, the silence feels like safety. The betrayal still burns, but underneath it, something stronger begins to stir. Resolve. Tomorrow, I'll find out how to take my name back. The messages start the next morning. First from Mom, then Dad, then my aunt. Each one dripping with guilt and blame. "You've embarrassed the family. After all we've done for you. Money isn't everything, Anna." I stop counting after the 30th text. The phone vibrates until I throw it under a pillow. By noon, there's a Facebook post. A photo of me from last Thanksgiving. The caption reads, "Some children forget who raised them." Hundreds of likes. Dozens of comments. Prayers, pity, and whispers behind my back. I stare at the screen until the words blur. Then I turn it off. My stomach knots so tightly it hurts. Mia finds me later, curled on her couch. "Have you eaten?" she asks. I shake my head. She hands me a mug of tea and waits. The tears finally come, messy and quiet. "I just wanted them to love me," I whisper. Mia nods. "They love control, not love." Her words sting, but they fit too perfectly. That night, I lie awake, scrolling through memories. Every favor. Every bill I paid. Every apology I made to keep peace. It all adds up like interest on a debt I never owed. The next day, Mia drives me downtown. We meet a financial counselor named Grace. She's calm, older, with kind eyes that don't pity me. I tell her everything. The fake cards. The stolen money. The endless guilt. When I finish, the room feels lighter but my chest heavier. Grace doesn't interrupt once. When I stop talking, she nods slowly. "What you've experienced," she says, "is financial abuse." The words hang in the air like a verdict. I blink at her, unsure I heard right. "It's a form of control," she explains. "They take your resources so you can't leave." I grip the edge of the chair. It makes sense in a way nothing else ever has. Grace slides a folder toward me. Inside are forms, templates, steps to reclaim my credit. "Start documenting everything," she says. "Every transaction, every message, every lie." Her voice is firm but gentle, like a map back to myself. Mia squeezes my hand. For the first time in days, I breathe without shaking. That night, I sit at her kitchen table surrounded by papers. The sound of the pen scratching against paper feels powerful. Every note is proof. Every line is survival. Outside, rain taps against the window, steady and rhythmic. My phone buzzes again, Mom's number flashing on the screen. I let it ring until it stops. The silence afterward feels like a promise. I'm not who I was 3 days ago. I'm not their solution, their scapegoat, their wallet. I'm the witness now. And I'm finally learning what freedom sounds like when it's quiet. I move into a tiny apartment on the edge of town. The walls are bare, the floor creaks, but it's mine. For the first time, I unlock a door that belongs to me. Mia helps carry boxes, smiling through the dust. "You're free," she says, and the words almost make me cry. The first night, I eat noodles straight from the pot. No one complains about the smell or the noise. The silence is strange but peaceful. I sleep with the window open, listening to city sounds. Freedom hums in the distance, soft but steady. In the morning, I check my email. 3 messages from Mom, all demanding money. Dad's tone is sharper in his voicemail. "You owe us for everything we've done." I delete them without listening twice. At work, I keep my head down and focus. My boss notices the change. "You seem lighter," she says. I just nod, not ready to explain why. Every night, I write notes for Grace's file. Dates, amounts, screenshots, everything they took. Each page feels like taking something back. One evening, the phone rings again. Dad's voice fills the speaker. "You can't just walk away. We need your help." Help. Always that word. Help means sacrifice. Help means silence. Help means pretending I don't exist. I take a deep breath before answering. "No, Dad, I can't help you anymore." He laughs bitterly. "Family doesn't abandon family. Family doesn't steal identities," I reply. The line goes quiet for a moment. Then he mutters, "You'll regret this." Maybe I will. But not as much as staying. I hang up and block the number. The weight in my chest starts to lift. Mia knocks on the door a few minutes later. "I heard your phone," she says softly. I nod. I told him no. She smiles like it's a victory, and it is. We open a bottle of cheap wine to celebrate. Every sip tastes like defiance. Later, I sit by the window watching streetlights flicker. My reflection looks different, stronger, clearer. I'm not their daughter tonight. I'm my own person. The next morning, I meet Grace again. She looks through my documents, impressed. "You're doing everything right," she says. "You're rebuilding." The word feels like sunlight. Rebuilding. Not repairing what they broke, but creating something new. I walk home with coffee in my hand and plans in my head. A savings account. A trip. A quiet life that belongs only to me. That night, I write one final sentence in my journal. I don't owe them my peace. I close the notebook and breathe deeply. Outside, the city keeps moving, unaware of the small revolution inside this room. And I finally understand. Freedom isn't loud. It's a whisper that says, "Stay gone." It happens on a Sunday afternoon. The sky is pale calm, too normal for what comes next. I hear the knock first, loud, heavy, impatient. Through the peephole, I see them. Dad, Mom, and my brother standing in the hallway. My pulse quickens, hands trembling slightly. They look angry, desperate, cornered. I press the intercom button before they can start yelling. "You need to leave," I say. Dad's voice thunders through the speaker. "Open this door, Anna. We're not leaving until you talk to us." Mom's voice follows, shaky but sharp. "The electricity's been cut off. Your father's truck is gone." My brother steps closer, shouting, "You owe us, Anna." That word again. Oh. I breathe in, slow and steady. "I don't owe you anything," I answer. Dad laughs bitterly. "You think you can just walk away. We'll tell everyone what you did." "I already told the truth," I reply. "The fraud reports are filed. The credit bureaus know." Silence crackles through the line. Mom whispers, "You wouldn't." "I did," I say, my voice flat, steady. "You forged my signature. You stole my name. I'm done protecting you." Dad pounds the door hard enough to rattle the frame. Ungrateful brat, after everything we sacrificed. I glance toward my phone on the counter. My thumb hovers over the number for security. "I'm calling the building manager," I warn. "You need to leave now." From outside, I hear my brother kick something, the the sharp crack of wood. Mom starts crying, half real, half performance. "You'll regret this, Anna. You'll end up alone." I take another breath. "I'm not alone," I say quietly. Mia appears in the hallway behind me, calm but firm. She calls the front desk before I can. "They're not stopping," she says. Within minutes, 2 security officers arrive. Through the peephole, I watch them approach my family. Dad waves his arms, yelling that it's his right to be here. The guards don't flinch. "This is private property," one says. "Leave, or the police will be called." Dad tries to push past them. My brother follows, shouting something I can't make out. The next few moments blur, shouts, movement, a crash. Then flashing lights reflect against the glass doors downstairs. Police cars. Mom screams as officers separate them. I stand frozen, watching through the lobby window. My father is handcuffed, still cursing my name. My brother is pulled toward another car, head down. Mom sinks to the curb, face in her hands. The building manager walks up to me, clipboard ready. "There's damage," she says quietly. "Do you want to press charges?" My throat tightens. I look down at my shaking hands. Then I nod. "Yes." Her pen scratches against the form. When it's done, I exhale long and slow. Outside, the sirens fade into the distance. Inside, the silence feels final. I close my door, lock it, and lean against the wood. The shaking stops. For the first time, I'm safe. 3 months pass before I realize how much has changed. The mornings are quiet now, soft sunlight on clean walls. No shouting. No guilt. Just the sound of the coffee maker humming. I drink from a mug that says, "Worth it." It was a gift from Mia, the day I moved in. My savings account grows slowly, but it's mine. Every dollar feels earned, honest, untouchable. I go to work and focus without fear. My boss notices. "You've been glowing lately," she says. I smile and tell her I'm learning how to breathe. At night, I cook small meals and play music too loud. The walls don't complain. The freedom tastes like air after a long storm. On my 27th birthday, my friends show up unannounced. Mia brings a chocolate cake with uneven frosting. Daniel, the financial advisor who helped me rebuild, brings flowers. "Happy birthday," they say, crowding my tiny kitchen. For once, the laughter feels real. We eat, talk, spill crumbs everywhere. The world outside doesn't matter. When they leave, I clean the table and smile at the empty plates. This time, the silence feels full, not lonely. Later, I light a candle. Just one, the good kind, not the cheap kind. The flame flickers steady, golden and calm. I whisper a quiet promise to myself. Never again will I let anyone take my peace. The next week, Grace invites me to speak at a workshop. "People need to hear your story," she says. I hesitate but agree. Standing before 15 strangers, I tell them what happened. How love turned into control. How guilt became debt. How silence nearly destroyed me. Some of them cry quietly. Others nod like they've been there too. When I finish, the room feels lighter. I realize that healing isn't just survival, it's connection. After the session, Daniel waits by my car. He smiles, holding 2 coffee cups. "Want to look at that 2-bedroom apartment next week?" His voice is warm, steady, patient. I nod. Maybe it's time for something new. On the drive home, I take a different route. The old neighborhood flashes by in the fading light. The house where I grew up stands quiet and broken. Windows boarded, grass overgrown, mailbox hanging open. A "for sale" sign leans crooked in the yard. I don't slow down. That house isn't mine anymore. It never really was. The road curves, and I keep driving. Ahead, the city glows faintly against the horizon. Somewhere in that light is the life I built myself. No borrowed money. No forced loyalty. No fear. Just space to breathe, to choose, to begin again. I roll down the window and let the air rush in. The wind smells like freedom, and for the first time, I believe I deserve it. The evening light fades as I park near the river. The air smells like rain, clean and sharp. I sit on the bench, watching the water move. It never stops, never looks back, just flows forward. My phone buzzes once, Mom's number again. I don't answer. The past is cold enough. Some things don't deserve replies. I breathe deeply, feeling the weight lift for good. I think of the girl who once begged for love. She lived in fear, mistaking silence for peace. Now she knows peace means choice. The night settles softly, wrapping everything in quiet. I smile, small but certain. Freedom isn't loud, it's steady. It's the moment you realize you owe nothing but honesty to yourself. The river glints under the last bit of sunlight. Somewhere beyond the curve, new days wait. I stand, brush off the dust, and start walking. Not away. Just forward. The world feels wide enough now. And for the first time, I don't need anyone's permission to belong in it.